What's up, Slick Block? It's your boy, D.W.G Gamer. And we're back. Yes, back. With some more Biomutant. The last time we were playing, we went and talked to the greatest before. Alright. Or out of date as he's now going by, because he's out of date. He was the greatest before, his time has passed, and now he's out of date. I'm the greatest after. And I guess when my time is over, I'll be after the date.
Wood scrap, the one
Or
kind of
exceed
scrap
the
that
date.
actually
I don't know.
growing.
Now, this isn't me saying that he's my father, because clearly he's not. I'm saying that he's my teacher. No, he's one of my teachers, and he's the teacher who inspired me the most. He's one of the few people I could actually tell my opinions and feelings to as a kidling. Little side note I wanted to say last episode before, my game crashed. One of the updates I'm really looking forward to is how it's supposed to be, halting all game crashes. Alright, because that's my biggest problem with the game right now, is the crashes, because everything else to me feels very well polished. Alright. What I wanted to say was the whole arc, this right here.
Good thing you're not clocked.
Dude, this is setting up something amazing for Biomutant 2. Alright. And I can see like I can see 2 or 3 possible ways that this whole arc shit goes, right? Alright, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to be able to pull my thing out, but it didn't do it. I don't know why it didn't do it. It just didn't do it. The first one, right, is a, how do I say this? Kind of like Mass Effect Andromeda, right? Where you went from planet to planet to help colonize or, shit like that. Where you would go to one planet and be like one biome, kinda. Or 2 biomes, Then you go to the second planet, and it'll be another 2 biomes. And it's all about you, setting up the foothold. For the races to survive, And with there being 6 races...
Some of the beasts who live here have never seen.
I can see there being 6 planets you gotta go help colonize for the 6 races, right? There's that option. Which, I both like and don't like. Alright, I would love to go to 6 different worlds all like this. Right? But the fact of the matter is that we're not even able to explore this world. We're only able to explore this part. This little country that we own. And with these here, it tells you that you can make clones and or replicas. So population is not a problem. You can easily repopulate by making genetic clones and shit of people, and then having those clones repopulate the natural way. Right? Yeah, that's obvious. But what I really don't like, it's kind of the thing I didn't like about Andromeda. Alright. which was the 2 to 3 biomes on a planet. If you went to a desert planet, it was basically a desert planet all the way out. And if it wasn't desert, it was mountain. You know what I'm saying? If you went to an ice planet, it was ice all the way out. Alright? And if it wasn't ice, it was water. Cold ass water that you couldn't really fucking do anything with. You know, if it was a jungle, it was a jungle throughout. So honestly, now I'm really thinking about it, I think they were just one biome for each planet you could go to. And I didn't like that. I enjoyed exploring the world. Now I was able to give, you know, certain things a pass for me. There's certain things weren't as important as world exploration is to me. And I didn't give a fuck about the graphics being shoddy. I didn't care about graphical animations or all this. I didn't give a fuck about any of that. Alright, I cared about the gameplay, power system, and exploring. Alright. Have I been in here? I've been in here. Where the fuck am I going? Where is my thing, man? Where is my other radical or place marker? Where is my quest place marker? Alright. So that's one possibility. It's possibly I don't like, but that's one possibility. The second possibility, right? Instead of being where you can go from planet to planet to help each race colonize, is where you go to just one planet. And all the races to recolonize that planet, which I like a hell of a lot more. Alright. Or you get to deal with other factions, such as aliens, maybe.
Lots of things start
Right.
moving around toward the end of the day.
What the fuck? Where the fuck am I? Yeah. I forgot what I was saying. Because I got distracted and lost. I really gotta find a campsite so I can rest. So I can get my fucking healing shit back. I don't need that. I don't need that. I want to switch this down to type. This one. I want all the healths to be right next to each other. And all the ammo to be next to each other. And all of the fucking damage and energy regain, all that to be next to each other. That's what I want. But my real hope for Biomutant 2. And I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be controversial to some people. I want 2 planets completely open. Alright. And what I mean when I say completely open, I want this planet here, and then I want the next planet. Alright, the new planet. The planet we go to colonize. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I say that is very simple. But they got the options to suit. That's what I'm looking for. It was.
You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework.
Good. Alright. And I'm not saying that there should be quests all out the world. There shouldn't. But what there should be to me, right, is a full open world that you can explore. Alright, I like this. I like this little country they gave us to explore. Alright? It's a country, more like city. It's really a city. I don't know if I told you all this, but this is only slightly smaller than Grand Theft Auto 5. Alright. Which I believe Grand Theft Auto 5 was set in LA or Cali. So, if this is only slightly smaller than, you know, Cali, which is state, and don't get me wrong, states are big. Alright. I would love, I mean absolutely love, to be able to explore more than just the state. You know, I'd love to explore the country or the continent. Go to another continent. Like things like that, I enjoy exploring a hell of a lot. Alright, so if in the next game they open up this world, or at least this continent, you can go to the dead zones and shit, you know, the outlands that you came from. And then you can go to the new planet that you discovered and you are trying to help repopulate, and it has its own continent that you can go around and explore. That would be the best in my opinion. Alright, it really would. Here.
Make the most of the night while you can.
It's gotta be some other way. This is the way back. This gotta be the way out, right?
They're short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives. That's the leftover you're looking for.
What's the leftover? I don't see nothing. Or maybe not, you know. Honestly, Well, I would love to be able to completely explore this world. You know, you can see how much shit it goes into. You pick the evil, or how much better it becomes if you pick the good. Alright, and then you can go to the second planet, the new planet, and affect its continent. And then see, you know, how it either becomes a paradise or a hellhole based off your action. I love shit like that. Alright. And it would give credence?
Just listen. You might hear something important. Not just from me.
The lighting's a bit off in this section. Just a bit. But I do like this darker session, right? Or section. Yes, I do. I do like this darker section.
Balance is the key. Those are the kind of things you need.
I don't know, I was expecting like a boss to pop out of nowhere. Alright. So to me, what I really want is for this world here to be opened up more. And for the second planet, alright, so that, you know, we can explore the dead, or the abandoned, or the wild, you know, and so that we can fucking explore the new world. You know, we can go to all the things we've seen here, see how they're doing, if, you know, shit really goes to hell or not.
Watch for trouble. Could come from any corner.
I got all these pieces. Anything else in here I can fucking check or open? Anything? That's one thing. Wait, go back there. So what is something? Oh, tin can. Okay. There was something, but it was nothing great. Metro pants. Dope.
Can't find better than this.
We can't. We found something much better than that.
Feel like a landed fish? You sound like one.
Why are there so many ways to get out? Or vice versa, even if we can't come back to this planet in Biomutant 2.
He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun, and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply.
Alright. What was I saying? Oh shit, that just hella distracted me. Even if we can't go back and forth between the worlds as I would want. Because I can honestly see. Alright, like let's we're going to Mars or something. Assuming that this is in our fucking, like, our solar system. Alright. We're assuming it's in our solar system because we're assuming this is Earth. Because we're assuming that, you know, the people before us were human. Alright, that's all assumptions. There's really no proof. Was any of those video recordings we saw proof that there were humans before there were the mutants? If there was, I just can't remember. Alright, and even if there was, you know, we're assuming the only humans can be found on Earth. And they didn't master fucking space travel. If we're looking at that ship. And that this isn't another planet that they came to. And then wrecked and had to leave. Alright. So I think another thing would be interesting is going to another planet and finding the remains or the remnants. Of the civilization that came before them. It's like, oh, they made it here too. And they fucked it up as well. You know, I think that would be something else that'd be interesting. But if they were humans, then okay, alright. The reason I say this, I remember that one video with the TV. Or some shit. Alright, where it was like a guy and he had a puppet. And was obviously doing a ventriloquism. Ventriloquism? It's that one thing where you talk through a puppet. But he was doing it for comedy. But he didn't look human. Like, at all. Like, him nor the puppet looked human. So, again, you know, it could have been a cartoon or something. So that's really not proof that they weren't human. And then I think about any of the films we saw, like, on the old teleprompters. Teleprompters? What the fuck they're called? Alright. I don't think any of those actually showed humans. I mean, I think there was maybe one where, like, you see, like, the arms or hands of people reaching up or something at the corporate. Or that was just a dream I had and I'm tripping. I don't know. I'll have to go back through and look at my videos to see if at any point did we actually see humans. Or I can Google it. Let me Google it. I was watching dog speaking videos. Yep. Yeah, no one talks about it because no one cares. Everything's just talking about. Alright, so let's go. Let's see what I can find from Biomutant history. Oh, someone's beating the game already. Yep. They don't talk about who fucked up the world in Biomutant. Alright, so let me type that in. So now I'm about to go through basically 35 videos. I don't know how people talk about how Biomutant sucked or was unmet potential when it's selling, when the only game that's beating it in sales is Spider-Man. Alright? And everybody who I talk to who have put more than fucking 5 hours into it, can admit the fact that it's a fun game. Alright? It may not necessarily be a thought-provoking game, Alright, but it's a fun game. You can just, flick your brain off, sit down, and enjoy. And if you want to be tactical, you can. You can be tactical when it comes to your loadout, your gear, the way you build your weapons. You can string combos. I done showed all of this shit here in gameplay. I can show just how tactical and technical you can be in this game. And this is before any of the patches. Alright. And I'm gonna be fucking brutally honest, because this shit is starting to piss me the fuck off. Alright. You wanna talk about unmet potential. You wanna talk about being a letdown. Now I want you pussy niggas to go back and look out Fallout 74 in Cyberpunk. Alright. And then tell me, look me in the fucking eye. Tell me this game is a letdown. Alright? Tell me this game didn't meet the promises it made. Alright? Tell me. I want you pussies to fucking tell me how you can compare this anything to a letdown like Cyberpunk or Fallout. This is the game I've been waiting on for 4 fucking years. Alright? 4 fucking years. In this time span, alright, let's go back 6 years ago. I was looking forward to 4 games. Well, 3 games. Alright. I was looking forward to Fallout. I was looking forward to Cyberpunk. Alright, and I had known 6 years ago that there was supposed to be a new Vampire Masquerade game. I was looking forward to that shit, too. Alright, 2 years comes. Alright, all these games are getting close. I find out about Biomutant. And that's added. Alright, it was immediately added because it gave me the Ratchet and Clank feel. A feel I haven't had in a long time besides from the Ratchet and Clank series. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to get that. An open world Ratchet game, I'm going to play it. I can build my own Ratchet? Bet. Alright. I had to deal with Fallout 76 or 74, what the fuck it was called. Being a complete and utter tragedy. Travesty. Failure. Alright. I had to deal with all the fucking whiplash of House Fallout. And you were waiting for so many years. Now, did you see these reviews? Oh, let me show you this video. He's fucking up the GameStop. Alright, I had to fucking deal with Cyberpunk's massive failure. And people fucking always mentioning that shit to me. Oh, have you been playing Cyberpunk? I heard it's shit. I know you're looking for it. You were upping it up. You told all of us about it. Yeah, look at it. Can't even play it for more than 5 minutes. It crashes. The game glitches. I had to deal with Vampire Masquerade being pushed out. I don't even know if the game's ever going to come out now. I don't know if it's ever going to come out. Alright, they done lost so many developers, so many fucking chief staff, that at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they just cancel it. And this is the only game that came out that met my expectations. From my 6 years of waiting. Alright, like I said, it was 4 years for this, 6 years, some 8 years. for the rest. All right, 8, 6, 4, respectively. All right, because I knew about Vampire Masquerade 6 years ago, and I knew about Fallout 76. And it was 76, 6 years ago. I knew about Cyberpunk 8 years ago, and I only found about this game 4 years ago. In 2017, I believe. Yeah. So, if you can compare it to Fallout 76 and Cyberpunk, and still say this game is a letdown on launch, then you pussies are tripping. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Period. I don't give a fuck what nobody says on that. Alright? It's like you niggas in your own fucking headspace or some shit. It don't make no goddamn sense to me. It was such a letdown, unmet potential. It was bleh. Like, bitch, do you play games? Do you play games? What is it? The story wasn't enough for you? In games like this, the story tends to take a back burner. You know why? It's because the exploration is the main point. The exploration, the crafting, the mastering your playstyle. That's the main point of this game. The fact of the matter is that at any point while playing this game, if you ever, and I mean ever, got fucking Devil May Cry feels, got Skyrim feels, Fallout feels, Witcher feels, from the gameplay. Alright? All of which were teams that had 50 to hundreds of people working on the goddamn game. Then it met expectations. Period. This is a game that was made by 20 niggas. And it's giving you Skyrim, Fallout, and Witcher vibes. It's giving you DMC vibes. Well, I was expecting to be like Legend of Zelda. That game has 25 fucking years of world building to be based off of. What the fuck are y'all thinking? Really? Really? It's like, it's really pissing me the fuck off. Now, I'll admit it. I'll admit certain shit. I'll admit that the gameplay and fighting can be a bit clunky. I'll admit that the gun is drastically overpowered. I'll admit that you never have to buy healing items because you find them all over the place. Alright? I'll admit that there's really no need to rest. Besides refilling your androids or your automatons, healing and strength drugs. I'll admit it. I'll admit that me playing this at the currently hardest difficulty feels like I'm playing it in easy because of the way I built my character. I'll admit that I wish it was a bit more challenging in terms of combat. But you know what the fucking problem is? No matter what game you're playing, whether it's Skyrim, Fallout, or DMC. I'm gonna leave The Witcher out of this one. Alright. You reach a point where the difficulty doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You got so many combos, unlocks, and abilities that there's nothing that this opponent can really do, to like change the outcome. You're going to melt them. You're going to kill them. Alright? This isn't trying to be Dark Souls. This isn't trying to be the most difficult game. It's supposed to be a lighthearted adventure about a hero who rose from the pits of despair to save the world. That's what it's supposed to be. Or destroyed it, whatever route you decided to take. Do you not feel that way? Oh, I feel like the karma system was a bit disappointing. And it seemed like the AIs really responded to you being good or evil. That's how I know you niggas didn't play more than fucking 5 hours. Alright? That's how I know you didn't. Because almost every fucking nigga I talk to talks about how bright and blinding my light is. And it makes sense that I joined the fucking tribe I joined. We just got a quest, the Ark quest, where they specifically said that certain characters won't join you in the Ark based off of your aura. They'd rather sit here and die on this planet than join you because you're either too evil or too good. I don't understand what the fuck you mean. The world tree is either destroyed or saved based off of you being good or evil. There's only two choices. You save the world or you don't. It doesn't matter how good you are. If you don't save the world, you're a fucking villain. It doesn't matter how evil you are. If you save the world, you're a hero. Now, does that erase all the tragic, horrible shit you did to get there? No. Alright? But even tyrants were kings. That's just a fact. Just because they ruled with 9 fists doesn't change the fact that they weren't kings. What the fuck are y'all really talking about? What are y'all complaining about? What is it really? That's what I really want to know. You want to compare a AA game made by a small team to AAA games? AAA platform games? Really? We'll talk about how it didn't take itself seriously. It was uninspiring. It was underwhelming. Oh, I'm gonna smack you niggas. That's what What's a fuel soldier?
He made a suction device so the Mekton can use the black tar as an instant refuel. You can also use it to clear oily goo puddles, so you can pass and access hard-to-get-to areas. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the Jumbo Puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the Steep Depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions. Gizmo thinks he's a little peculiar, but very knowledgeable. He has the ins and outs of all monster and creature whereabouts.
Another thing I'm willing to admit, alright, is that possibly, alright, I can understand you finding the narrator annoying.
I didn't see any clouds.
Alright. Yeah, that's probably just me. So what was happening right there is I kept hearing was something like footsteps coming from the left and the right. Like it would be coming from the left and then it would switch to the right ear. And I know that was a desync with my headphones. Alright. Because right there, I just heard what sounded like grass being crunched. Now, I only heard it in the right ear. Where I could hear the rain in both. No thunder. They should add thunder to this game. Because I saw lightning. Alright. But, right there I heard the grass in the left. Yeah. For some reason, like, majority of grass is, I hear it in my my right ear. Where the fuck am I? Whose space am I near? I don't know this place. I know you could get here from there. That's interesting. How did I get up here last time? Did I fucking scale the mountain? Because I love that. I love the fact I just scaled it and I'm like, yeah, no. Now I don't think I'm gonna take the traditional route. So all of my fucking complaining and shit about reviews aside, I'll admit that, yeah, the game could be a bit more polished. I'll admit that the combat could be a bit better. Right? I'll admit that. But the talks about the world being small, the world being empty. Fuck. I don't know what I'm doing. Damn it.
You're fading.
Look at how some people talk about how like the magic system feels weak.
Gotta hurt.
Look at this. I didn't use my gun once. It was melee and magic. It's like some of these things you just gotta build and spec your character for. Alright. Intelligence does the power of your attack as well as your energy. So if your intelligence is not high, of course you're not going to be doing that much damage. As for lackluster, it's not. It's really not. Alright? The more I think about it, the more I'm like, no, the combat isn't that lackluster. Alright? It's not even repetitive. Alright? I mean, I guess it's repetitive in the aspect that you know there's only really two buttons you are hitting for combat, right? It's either square and with the occasional, you know, dodge, triangle to pull off combos, or it's R2 to shoot, or R1 to reload. Right? I guess in terms of that, it's repetitive, right? But we're talking about gameplay mechanics. No, it's not. It's not.
The village of Blubbermud, which is maybe as messy as it sounds. Let's see.
Was this the place with the fucking stove that I couldn't figure out because I was too stupid? Was it here? No. There was somewhere that had a stove that I was like, I see the fucking thing. I see the circle around it. Whenever I get close, it disappears. I can only see the circle from a distance. Is that it? No, that's the sun. What I was wondering was, like, was my intelligence not high enough actually for me to even use it?
So many things during the day.
Or was it that I had already done it unknowingly, and so I couldn't do it again? I just don't know when I could have did it.
There's nothing good coming out on the other side of this tunnel.
There's supposed to be one superb loot here somewhere, so that's something good. In the trash, of course, it's in the trash. That was fucking right on. Shotgun. I meant shotgun, but it's a rifle. Endless bullet. Wait, burst fire and increases the bullet count per shot. I kind of want to try that. Kinda. I would prefer the shotgun, but you know what it really is? I just don't like pistols. But like, the pistol is one of my most, it's one of my best weapons, honestly. Looks like a shotgun. Yeah. Yeah, alright. I'll try it out. Is it equipped? Yeah. And also, side note. This is a side note. Is that a bandit camp? I am also using the broken controller while playing this game. Yeah. I'm using my broken controller with the broken R2. They get stuck when you press it down. Alright. Well, I'm playing this game. And that's even with that handicap.
You look a wee bit pale.
It still works out fucking wonderfully. I'm gonna end it here, guys. Next episode, we're gonna be talking to Moog. I gotta get to over there somehow. I'm gonna be descending to this hellhole. Looks like hell. Anyway, yeah, we're out. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a like and comment. Subscribe, join Slick Block, and deuces. That's me. D.W.G is out. Peace. I got legendaries and ultimate weapons. Yeah, I want ultimate, mostly legendaries. 2 uncommon. I couldn't make this a legendary.